The 1995 trial of O.J. Simpson, the former football star and actor, for the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman, gripped the nation like no other. The case was a perfect storm of high-profile legal drama, racial tensions, and the intersection of celebrity and crime. The trial commenced with a flurry of media attention, as Simpson's fame and charisma drew the spotlight. The prosecution, led by Marcia Clark, meticulously built their case around a mountain of circumstantial and forensic evidence, including blood samples, DNA analysis, and hair fibers found at the crime scene that linked Simpson to the murders. However, Simpson's defense team, led by the charismatic Johnny Cochran, skillfully exploited racial tensions and alleged police misconduct to create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jurors. They argued that Simpson was being framed by a racist police force, capitalizing on the long-standing mistrust between the Los Angeles Police Department and the African American community. The trial became a spectacle, broadcasted on live television, captivating millions of viewers who tuned in daily to witness the courtroom drama unfold. The riveting testimonies of witnesses, the contentious cross-examinations, and the media circus outside the courthouse added to the trial's sensationalism. Race became a central theme of the trial, with the defense arguing that Simpson was a victim of a racially biased criminal justice system. The dream team of defense attorneys successfully raised doubts about the prosecution's evidence, effectively dividing public opinion along racial lines. After months of grueling proceedings, the jury deliberated for just a few hours before delivering their shocking verdict. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of the murders. The verdict reverberated throughout the nation, sparking intense debate and discussion on issues of race, celebrity privilege, and the flaws within the criminal justice system. The trial's aftermath was marked by a mix of emotions. Some celebrated the verdict as a triumph against racial bias, while others felt justice had been denied. The case left a lasting impact on American society, illuminating the deep-seated divisions and inequalities that persist within the criminal justice system. The O.J. Simpson trial remains an indelible chapter in American legal history, raising important questions about the nature of justice, the influence of celebrity, and the complexities of racial dynamics within the courtroom. It serves as a constant reminder of the enduring power of a trial that captivated a nation and forever altered the public's perception of the criminal justice system. In 1999, the Columbine High School massacre sent shockwaves through the nation, forever etching the names Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold into the annals of infamy. The meticulously planned and executed attack unfolded on April 20th, as the two students stormed their own high school in Littleton, Colorado, armed with an arsenal of firearms, explosives, and a twisted agenda. The morning erupted into chaos as Harris and Klebold unleashed a torrent of gunfire, targeting their peers indiscriminately. In a chilling display of calculated brutality, they roamed the hallways and classrooms, leaving devastation in their wake. 12 students and 1 teacher tragically lost their lives, and countless others were injured physically and emotionally. The motives behind the massacre were complex. Both Harris and Klebold had experienced years of social isolation, bullying, and internal turmoil. Their hatred for society simmered beneath the surface, fueled by a toxic combination of anger, resentment, and a desire for revenge. In the aftermath, journals, videos, and witness testimonies unveiled the depths of their dark thoughts and elaborate planning. As law enforcement raced to the scene, confusion and fear gripped the community. The horrifying event unfolded in real time, broadcasted across news networks, leaving the nation in a state of shock. The standoff between the perpetrators and law enforcement added another layer of tension and uncertainty, as the world anxiously awaited its resolution. Ultimately, Harris and Klebold chose to end their own lives, bringing the siege to a tragic close. The aftermath of the Columbine High School massacre was marked by grief, questions, and a nationwide soul-searching. It ignited a fervent examination of the factors that contribute to such acts of violence, including bullying, mental health, gun control, and the impact of violent media. In the wake of this devastating event, schools across the country implemented comprehensive security measures, re-evaluated their approaches to student well-being, and bolstered mental health resources. The tragedy sparked a national conversation on the urgent need for proactive intervention and prevention, inspiring legislative changes and initiatives to address the root causes of school violence. The legacy of the Columbine High School massacre remains a painful reminder of the consequences of unchecked anger and despair. It serves as a call to action for communities, educators, and individuals to create a culture of empathy, kindness, and inclusion. Through ongoing efforts to understand and address the complex factors that lead to such acts, we strive to prevent future tragedies and create safer environments for our youth. The Jonestown Massacre of 1978 is a chilling chapter in the history of cults and mass violence. Led by charismatic preacher Jim Jones, the People's Temple was initially seen as a progressive and inclusive religious group. However, as the influence of Jones grew, so did his control over his followers. Concerns about the cult's practices prompted investigations, and in November 1978, U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan led a delegation to Jonestown in Guyana to assess the situation. Some members of the cult saw this as an opportunity to escape and join the delegation. Tragically, as the group prepared to leave, a violent confrontation erupted. Members of the cult opened fire on the delegation, killing Congressman Ryan and several others. This act of violence marked a turning point in the Jonestown tragedy. With outside scrutiny closing in, Jones realized that his grip on his followers was slipping. In a disturbing act of manipulation and control, he orchestrated a mass murder-suicide plan. Jones gathered his followers and forced them to drink a cocktail of cyanide-laced fruit punch. Over 900 people, including infants and children, perished in Jonestown that day. The scene was one of unimaginable horror, with bodies strewn across the settlement as the poison took its deadly toll. It remains one of the largest instances of mass suicide in modern history. The Jonestown massacre shook the world, shedding light on the dangers of charismatic leaders and the susceptibility of individuals to manipulation within cults. The tragedy prompted extensive investigations, inquiries, and soul-searching about the signs of manipulation and abuse within such organizations. The haunting images of Jonestown continue to serve as a stark reminder of the tragic consequences that can arise when vulnerable individuals fall prey to the influence of a charismatic and manipulative leader. The legacy of Jonestown compels us to remain vigilant, fostering awareness and compassion to prevent similar atrocities in the future.